Hey there, and welcome. If you've ever looked at the world of hotel marketing and wondered where you might fit in, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and give you a career map for a modern hotel marketing department. We'll show you all the different paths you can take to find a role that's perfect for you. Let's jump right in. So, you're probably studying hospitality or marketing, right? And you look at these incredible hotels and think, okay, but where do I start? What's the first step? That's the big question we're going to answer today. First things first, let's change how we think about this whole thing. It's not some rigid, old-school career ladder you have to climb one rung at a time. It's much more like a blueprint or a map. Every single role is a potential destination. And you know what? There are tons of different paths to get there. This is your guide to all those routes. Here's what we've got on the agenda. We'll look at the overall map of the department, then we'll meet the leadership setting the direction. After that, we'll dive into the teams that create the brand story and the ones that drive the business. Most importantly, we'll pinpoint your starting point and see how it all fits together. Ready? Okay, every ship needs a captain, right? Well, in a marketing department, you need leaders who set the course. So let's start at the very top with the strategic minds who are really steering the whole operation. Right at the top of the food chain is the Director of Sales and Marketing, or as you'll hear everyone call them, the DOSM. This person is in charge of the entire department. They report directly to the general manager of the hotel, and when it comes to the big decisions, the buck stops with them. And believe me, their job is huge. They aren't just managing people. They're crafting the grand strategy for everything. They set the budgets for the year. They figure out how to drive revenue for literally everything from rooms to restaurants, and they give the final yes or no on any major campaign. They hold the vision. And right there, helping the DOSM is the assistant director. You can kind of think of them as the department's chief operating officer. They're the ones on the ground, making sure the strategy actually happens and supervising all the different teams to make sure everyone is hitting their goals. All right, now that we've met the leaders, let's get to the storytellers. These are the folks who build the hotel's entire personality, its voice, and really how the public sees and feels about the brand. This is the creative heart of the whole department. So this creative core is really made up of a few key teams working together. You've got the classic marketing team, the super important digital team, public relations handling the hotel's reputation, and the content team who create all those gorgeous photos, videos, and compelling messages. The person orchestrating a lot of this is the marketing manager. Their whole world is about dreaming up and executing all the campaigns you see out in the wild. Think about those special holiday packages, loyalty club promotions, or cool local partnerships. They're the ones who really bring the brand to life. Yep, they're the guardians of the brand, making sure every ad, every post, every sign looks and feels consistent. And they're not just creative. They have to watch the numbers too, tracking how well a campaign did and what the return on investment, the ROI, was. Let's be real, in today's world, this role is absolutely critical. The digital marketing manager is responsible for the hotel's entire online world. We're talking the website, all the social media channels, Google ads, online reviews, you name it. Their main goal? Drive those direct bookings online and build a strong online community. And then you've got the PR manager. If a hotel is getting positive buzz in the news or on a popular travel blog, they're usually the reason why. They build relationships with journalists and influencers, manage press events, and, importantly, protect the hotel's reputation when things go wrong. They literally shape how the world talks about the hotel. Okay, let's shift gears. We've talked about crafting the story, but now let's talk about fueling the business. This next group of teams is the revenue engine. They're directly responsible for bringing in the money and making sure the hotel stays profitable. This powerful engine has three main parts that have to work together perfectly. You have the sales team out there closing deals, the revenue management team figuring out all the pricing, and the e-commerce team managing online sales channels. The sales manager is all about one thing: hitting those revenue targets. They lead the teams that are out in the field finding new business. That could be anything from locking down a huge corporate account for business travelers, booking a wedding, or signing a contract with a big travel agency. They are laser-focused on those sales goals. Now here is a super interesting and vital role, the revenue manager. This is probably one of the most analytical jobs in the entire hotel. These are the geniuses who decide how much a room should cost on any given night. They're constantly analyzing market demand, what competitors are charging, and even local events to make sure the hotel is making as much money as possible. Okay, we've seen the big picture, we've seen all the moving parts, but now let's talk about the most important piece of the puzzle. Where do you fit in? Let's zoom right in on those entry-level roles where you can kickstart your incredible career in hotel marketing. Two of the most common starting points are in sales. As a corporate sales executive, you'll be working with businesses and companies. On the other side, as a leisure sales executive, you'll work more with travel agents and tour operators. Both jobs are all about building relationships. You're just talking to different types of clients.
But wait, the options don't stop there. You could specialize in selling events. That's often called MICE for meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. Or you could begin as a sales coordinator, which is a fantastic way to learn the ropes. And of course, there are great entry points on the digital side as an e-commerce or content executive. So many doors to open.
So what does that growth actually look like? Well, here's a pretty common path. You might start as a sales coordinator, getting a feel for everything. From there, you could move into a sales executive role, handling your own clients. Then you could get promoted to assistant manager and eventually become a sales manager, leading your own team. See? It's a very clear, tangible path forward. All right, we've looked at the leaders, the storytellers, the revenue drivers, and your potential starting points. So how does this all come together? Let's put the final pieces of this amazing puzzle into place. Here's the key thing to remember. No matter what your specific job title is, everyone in the department is working towards the same core goals. You are all part of a team trying to increase revenue, protect the brand's image, and keep an eye on the competition. It is 100% a team sport, and collaboration is everything.
So there you have it. We've laid out the entire career map. You've seen all the different territories, the creative side, the analytical side, the strategic side. You know the starting points and the paths you can take. So the only real question left is, now that you have the map, where are you going to begin your journey?